one last video before I sign out. Even though the Cowboys, yes, got Amari Cooper back today with a 5-year, $100 million deal, which is a big deal. Props to Amari Cooper for getting it. Apparently there's a bigger deal from the Redskins that he said no to, but still. On the bright side, Randall Cobb is going to Houston, and he's leaving the Dallas Cowboys after having a pretty successful one-year stint with the Cowboys, leaving the Cowboys lost of a main threat at the wide receiver position, specifically in the slot. So, and at the same time, that's an option that the Eagles missed out on as well. The Eagles missed out on a lot today. They missed out on two big-time corners in James Bradberry, Byron Jones, as far as big-name market guys that were available at the time. They missed out on some wide receivers, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, and most notably in the morning, DeAndre Hopkins, which was the cheapest of all to require. Props to Arizona for managing to do that. Where do the Eagles go from here? Well, I'll tell you this much. There's some options out there. There's still Robbie Anderson. There's still a lot of guys in the draft that they can get at wide receiver. While at corner, they're most likely going to target Jalen Mills and re-sign him. Ronald Darby's on his way out. Sidney Jones and Avonte Maddox are on their rookie deals. They'll be staying for a little bit longer, but they're not somebody that you want to rely too heavily on. Same goes for Rasul Douglas, though they are your most experienced guys outside of Jalen Mills. The Eagles should definitely look towards Malcolm Jenkins and Rodney McLeod as your safety duo and re-sign both of those two guys. But of course, don't stray away from signing some extra depth or free agents or even draft a couple of guys. I mean, the draft, they have 10 picks. Whether they trade up or trade some away for some players or whatever they do, there's still a whole month until the draft, and there's plenty of free agency time for them to mingle around with, but they cannot be too hesitant like they were today, especially if they're trying to land some big-time talent. At the end of the day, today was a crazy day. I managed to talk about as much as I could, and it's going to continue to be like this for a while. Feels really good. Feels like 2016 all over again, where I'm talking about a lot of stuff, and it feels really nice. It feels really refreshing. This is the most interesting year outside of 2018, where 2018 was the year after the Super Bowl, and we were trying to get back to that. Now it's like, okay, we're in somewhat of a rebuild, but at the same time, we can contend with what we got, but we just have to get it back. It's a whole thing, and it's going to be really interesting. But Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, Stephon Diggs, all gone. Same goes for Bradberry. Same goes for Byron Jones. Where do we go from here? Only time will tell. Let me know who you guys think the Eagles should target in the free agency. Any names out there, anybody out there that you think is worthwhile, who's not old and is definitely worth money and maybe even potential picks for. The draft is going to be really interesting, and I will be really hoping for that time to come soon, because I want to see what we do. I want to see who we get at wide receiver. I want to see who we get at corner. Linebackers definitely need a look at. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you in the next video. Stay healthy, stay safe.